What is up, guys? We are back here with another Master Duel video. We are going to take a look at another Speedroid duel, essentially, because, you know, it was a pretty good duel overall, and I did make a misplay as well that I want to call out, so it's a good learning opportunity, and I can kind of walk through a couple combos. I'm actually gonna make a video on combos for Speedroids because there's a lot of different avenues that you can go down with Speedroids. They are a very, very good deck, actually. I do feel like they're 2 to 3 cards away from being actually competitive, and at the same time, I don't want them to be competitive, so I kind of don't want them to be to get any support anytime soon, so I can keep them as my, you know, own little guilty pleasure. But yeah, I just don't want people to ruin Speedroids, essentially, right? So anyways, let's take a look at the deck here, because it did change slightly since the last video. I took out the 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗧, the 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗧 stuff that I had, so I used to run 2 unicorns and a birth, but I found that I would draw birth turn 1 with no unicorn in sight, and then I would also draw unicorn when I had a field full of roids. So it was just bricky as hell, man. Also, I really do think the Master Duel UI, not UI, but the RNG, man, it just sucks ass. Like, you can't look, drop it in the comments if you think the RNG in Master Duel sucks ass, because I always see the same bricks every other game, and it's just unfortunate, I guess. But anyway, so I did add a 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗏 because 𝗦𝗨𝗨𝗣𝗡𝗏 is broken. It's also a wind monster and a tuner. Oh, I thought he was a tuner. He's not a tuner. All right, but 𝗦𝗨𝗨𝗡𝗏𝗏 is OP. I mean, it's in Speedroids. If you get 𝗦𝗨𝗨𝗡𝗏𝗏, you're pretty much done, man. It is what it is. And a lot of decks as well, if they're rogue, if they get 𝗦𝗨𝗨𝗡𝗏𝗏, they're just done. I go with 1 red-eye die because it's really easy to search, and you really only need 1, I feel. And then I added some Mecha Phantom Beasts because they are beasts. They do help out this deck. I also added 1 more 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧 because it is free. It's off the balance in Master Duel. I feel like 3 is bricky, though, so I only have 2 because this could be searched. And also, once you have stuff on the field, you don't want to see this, right? So you do want to see it more often than not. Like, you want to see it as soon as possible, but once you have your plays and your board set up, you don't want to see it anymore. So 3 is bricky, in my opinion. Then I have 2 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧 because I think I usually have 3, but I think 2 is good because you can also recycle them, search them, etc. And then 2 card turbo, because usually what I do is I pick one or the other, or both, I guess I should say, with the Link Speedroid, which I think we will see in this gameplay. And let's see, I think I dropped down to 1 Moonlit and Chill just because it's not searchable, but you can mill it. And I think I added 1 more Ultra Hound, because Ultra Hound is actually pretty good. It's like one of the better normal summons. I added this guy just as a normal summon as well. And I believe I added some rocks. I removed 1 win because 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is free. So it's like I have another in archetype searcher. I don't really need win. And I believe, oh, I think I added 1 more duplicate just because I kind of needed it. And then I did add 1 more rubber band shooter. I took out the level 10 dragon, and because it sucks. I really do think it sucks. And then I added the 𝗦𝗨𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, or whatever the hell this guy's name is. This is the honorary Speedroid. So good, man, so good. You need to play this in the deck. Anyways, let's jump right into the gameplay here. All right, boys. So off the hop here, I feel like this hand is a little, it's not ideal because I have 2 scratches. I have duplicate going turn 2, right? I am going second in this gameplay here, so seeing duplicate in hand my turn 1 is not ideal. I also don't want to see 𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 Speedroid Scratch, but I think I can. Yeah, you can only activate one per turn, so having two in hand just sucks, right? So this hand isn't ideal, but I think I can work through it, right? So let's go ahead and see what this guy does. He was doing some work, honestly. I was kind of scared, and his deck is slightly misleading. It's not a punk deck. It's more of a ghost trick deck, I guess. But also, like, these ghost tricks are scary, man. So their effects are not hard once per turn. So I mean, we'll see, man. He will have so much hand advantage and so much field presence. Well, I guess I shouldn't say so much field presence, but he has enough, and he has enough back row to sustain himself as well, as we will see. He also activated the rock here, Lord of the Heavenly Prison or something like that, which will prevent me from destroying his back row, which he will set up. Not 100. He's not going to have like 5 cards. You know, he's not going to have a full back row, but he will have 2. He will have number F0 and then pass. So this kind of sucks because Speedroids, of course, they rely on monster effects for the most part. So his F0 is going to stop me significantly here. But okay, so I think I draw 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗧. Is that correct? Okay, no, so I think I'm gonna search him though. This is a pretty good draw though. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧, it's a free special summon and then a searcher, so definitely really good. So I go for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧, trying to bait him. And does he take the bait? Okay, so I think he activates something else that will negate it. Yep, there it is. And then he summons his Heavenly Prison and sets up another back row. So he does have tricks up his sleeve, pun intended, because he's playing Ghost Trick. So now, since he did activate a monster effect, I was really trying to bait him to using the F0 monster effect so I can use 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧. But I guess I baited him in another way because he activated Heavenly Prison's effect. So now I'm free to activate 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧. But I got scared here because what is the trap trick? Okay, so he's gonna set an infinite impermanence, and I decide to snatch up his F0 because why not, right? At this point, I think he fucked up here in a way. But then again, what else could he have done, right? He didn't know I had triple T's in hand, and drawing, honestly, in a Speedroid deck is not the best usage of triple T's. You either want to take control of an opponent's monster, or preferably look at hand and put something back from their hand, because that effect is a lot better. Because you're in Speedroid's deck, right? You will have many negates. So if you take away resources that they have off the hop, they will have less resources to go through your negates, essentially, right? So I feel like that's the best ability of triple T's, best effect that you should use. But in this case, I had to snatch his F0 because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go through my plays, essentially. So I go ahead and activate 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧 and then special summon Fudoki or 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. We'll just go with Madoshi. And I activate his effect, one of the best effects, by the way, and then I chain duplicate, so I have more wind monsters. So this guy will let you mill cards based on the number of wind monsters you control. So I think I will be able to, besides himself, so I will be able to mill 3, pick one of those cards, and then I select Ultra Hound. In this case, is that the best one out of the 3, though? Maybe definitely not another. I don't need another Madoshi, so that's not ideal. Maybe Speedroid Wheel would have been better to extend further, but I do like Ultra Hound in hand as soon as possible. And then I go for Charge Warrior. So I like Charge Warrior because he can lead you into 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧 real easily, and we will see this game. Also, he gives you a draw. He gives you one more card, which again is not the best in Speedroid decks. You usually do want to use the mill effect of Madoshi, but it's free, right? So I get another 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 rubber band shooter, and then I ditch the Cyber / Harpy. So the reason I did this is I usually ditch a Speedroid, which is this guy, level 6, and then I select 2 level 3. So the effect of Speedroid is you ditch a synchro monster. I think it has to be wind, and depending on the level of the monster you ditched or banished in this case, you will be able to select 2 monsters whose levels total equal the one you remove. So you remove from play a level 6, the level of the monsters that you select from your deck have to equal 6, right? So I usually go that route. It's like 2 level 3s, either 𝗦𝗦𝗣𝗏𝗧, Ultra Hound, depending on the situation, or 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧 Duke, or the Marble Machine, is that the name? It's the other level 3 that special summons himself. But in this case, right, because your opponent picks what you select at random, I didn't want to take the chance. So another thing I like to do is I ditch a level 8, and then I select a level 3, one of the ones that I haven't activated the effects on, and then so this guy right here, 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧. Since I haven't activated a special summon effect, I can use it, and then I also select a level 5, because 3 plus 5 is equals 8, and in that case, it's the airplane guy. The airplane guy is really good in extending plays and all that, so definitely, I kind of want it in this case, but I don't think I get it. So here my opponent, yes, he selects a random 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧, but it's still a free special summon, so I'm like, hey, whatever. So then I activate 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧 to get the Doshi, because now I can do a 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏 summon, because I had the boy there. Here's where I fuck up, though. So I use 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧's effect to target what I know to be an infinite impermanence. If I would have targeted this face down card instead, he would have chained this, of course, and then I would have negated that. So I would have destroyed, in a sense, 2 of his cards instead of having him use 1 of his cards, which kind of sucks. You know, that was a misplay, but it is what it is. So now I go for 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧, and then I go for the honorary Speedroid. I get the 3 tokens, and then I use a second effect where I remove two wind monsters, and then special summon 1 Mecha Phantom Beast from my deck, and I go for another synchro play. And this guy is one of the best OTK enablers in this deck. Like, it actually it makes me want to play limiter removal, because he is a machine, because he is that good. Like, him and limiter removal with an open field is GG's, guys. Whew, from 8,000 life points too. So anyways, that will help me actually win this game. So I keep going for more plays here. Basically, this guy is he does enable OTKs. He's secretly OP, guys. If you want to call by the grave something, you should probably do 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧𝗏 as soon as possible if you see your opponent lining up a board. Because actually, what I've done in the past, right, is, and this works a lot more often than you'd think. I get the 3 tokens from the Mecha Phantom Beasts, and then I pump them up to 800 life points, and then just go swing over for games, because that's like 2,400 plus 2,900. You do the math, right? Like that's already almost 5,000, if not already 5,000 life points, and usually have other monsters that will swing over as well. Like, you have no idea how often I win games with the tokens from the Mecha Phantom Beast just attacking directly, because your opponent just doesn't expect it. Anyways, so I go for game, essentially. I use the card I stole from him, and then I swing with high Speedroid 𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧, whatever the hell this guy's name is. He can attack twice per turn, and his attack increases each time he attacks. And then I use 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧 for game. This gameplay is actually pretty decent. You know, I didn't have the best hand. I also didn't have the best RNG, I guess, in the case where he picked stuff that for example, he picked the level 3 instead of the level 5. I could have extended a little bit better, but I couldn't. So it is what it is. But that is the video, guys. Hope you guys learned something. I will be making a deck profile sometime, and then I will do like combos, because there are a lot of cheeky combos with Speedroids, as I mentioned. But that is it for today.